Welcome to the Closing the Gap podcast from College Success Arizona. Closing the Gap is the monthly newsletter from College Success Arizona, and this is the April 2018 edition. College Success Arizona commends the Arizona Legislature's renewal of Proposition 301, which will preserve the current dedicated revenue the legislation makes available for public schools, as well for community colleges and universities here in Arizona. Prop 301 provides vital funding that supports the educators and institutions that are helping to prepare students for success. The entire public education system stands to benefit, from teachers who prepare students for college and career to higher education institutions that are producing innovative research and cultivating the next generation of Arizona leaders. By renewing Prop 301 and securing these funds, the legislature has taken an important first step towards ensuring that Arizona's public education system continues to gain the additional funding it needs to support its mission. College Success Arizona continues its Student Spotlight series featuring scholars like 19-year-old Paulina Vazquez, who's working on her dream of one day being an orthopedic surgeon for the Arizona Cardinals or another professional sports team.
I've played sports since I was in junior high, and so I've loved sports. And so I took a sports medicine class actually in high school because they had like a program that you could do actually sports medicine and like be able to learn how to wrap ankles and things like that. So I took the class and I really loved that. And so then I took anatomy and I really loved that as well. And so I started looking into like careers that I could do with that.
Paulina was born in Mexico and lived there until the age of 5 when her family relocated to the Phoenix area. Paulina graduated from Mountain View High School, and she's currently a sophomore at Arizona State University, pursuing a bachelor's degree in psychology, and she has the ultimate goal of attending medical school. Paulina is among the hundreds of high-potential students from low-income circumstances who have earned scholarships from College Success Arizona. Paulina's scholarship is provided through College Success, but is funded by the BHHS Legacy Foundation. In other news, College Success Arizona is seeking a qualified director of development to join our team and help to further our mission of providing access to a postsecondary education for first-generation and low-income students in Arizona. The Director of Development is an important player in the overall fundraising plan, working directly with major donors and prospective donors, as well as generating major gifts and overseeing fundraising events for the organization. More information and a full job description are available on the College Success Arizona website at collegesuccessarizona.org. The Arizona College Access Network's featured member this month is Mesa Counts on College, which is a collaborative effort involving the City of Mesa, Mesa Community College, and Mesa Public Schools. Its mission is to create a college-going culture and increase college completion rates in the Mesa community. The organization has opened its new Mesa Counts on College Access Center, located in the new Leaf Building on East Broadway Road in Mesa. The Access Center offers free college support services, including one-on-one advising, financial aid guidance, scholarship searches, test preparation, and summer internships. Meanwhile, in this month's print edition of Closing the Gap, there's a blog post from College Success Arizona President and CEO Rich Nickel. The following is a narration of Rich's blog post, which is entitled, College Attainment and Future Success Begin with Improved Financial Aid. For individuals from all walks of life, higher education is the key to a future of opportunity and success. It's increasingly rare to find well-paying jobs that do not require some sort of education or training beyond high school. Degrees and professional certificates are key drivers of economic opportunity and mobility. Why then do only 45% of working-age Americans have a post-secondary degree or certificate? For many students and families, the simple answer is cost. The price of higher education can be prohibitive, and the process of applying for financial aid is often daunting. The president's proposed budget has turned the spotlight on reforming financial aid, and as the public conversation continues, we must ensure that any reform efforts are designed with equity in mind. First and foremost, let's help more families from all backgrounds and zip codes access the vital financial aid that can make higher education a reality and increase attainment nationwide. In particular, the cost of higher education is a major barrier for low-income and first-generation students who participate in higher education in lower numbers than their more affluent peers or individuals from college-going families. To help more young people overcome this barrier, we must improve financial aid programs and policies, both at the federal and state levels. This includes finding ways to make existing programs work better for students by making it easier for young people and their families to access and, importantly, understand the financial aid that is critical to this effort. It also involves renewed investment in need-based grant aid designed to help low-income and first-generation students access and persist in college. At the federal level, there are 3 ways we can improve access to financial aid. Number 1, simplifying and increasing resources available to students and families about the free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA. Number 2, implementing policy solutions to improve federal financial aid programs, including Pell Grants. And number 3, developing more student-centered student loan processes. FAFSA is the gateway to financial aid that can make higher education a distinct and affordable possibility for more young people, and it's essential to make it easier for students to complete the form, reducing the number of questions that low-income students need to complete to simply reprove that they have financial need, and simplifying the process overall, particularly for those who may not have experience with higher education, is paramount. We must also educate students and families better and earlier, as early as middle school, about all available financial aid options. Importantly, the need-based Pell Grant program should be continually adjusted to keep up with inflation, and students should have year-round access to Pell Grant funds to help them graduate faster and with less debt. Additionally, with 70% of college graduates incurring student loans, including 27% of students at 2-year colleges, we must put students at the center of loan repayment options. This includes streamlining and modernizing loan services, developing progressive financing options, and clarifying the details of how student loans work and how they differ from other forms of financial aid. Is it reasonable that some federal student loan servicers still unnecessarily require student borrowers to print and mail paperwork that facilitates a change in their repayment schedules when every major bank can do this electronically? States also play a critical role in making higher education financially feasible. However, not all states have robust financial aid programs that support goals of increasing post-secondary attainment. Here in Arizona, for example, the average need-based grant aid per full-time undergraduate student was less than $50, compared to the national average of $500. In addition, our largest community colleges receive no funding from the state. State policymakers in Arizona need to develop and sustain a substantial need-based grant aid program that provides funding opportunities for low-income students that align with state needs. This represents an investment in the future of Arizona and the success of its residents and economy. Increased college attainment leads to greater economic opportunity and makes the American dream a reality for more Americans. Relatively small improvements to financial aid programs and processes can make a big difference for the next generation. Without such improvements, individual states and the U.S. as a whole can and will be outpaced economically by others that prioritize higher education funding. And that wraps up this edition of Closing the Gap. As always, thank you for listening. And a reminder that since 2005, College Success Arizona has worked with nearly 1,300 students and provided more than $16 million in scholarships and success services to help increase the college attainment rates in our state. If you would like to be part of the mission of providing educational opportunity to high-potential students from low-income circumstances, your tax-deductible contribution can be made through the Donate button located on the College Success Arizona website at collegesuccessarizona.org.